Apple just released iOS 18, the latest operating system for iPhones. Do you know what the best features are and how to use them? Stick around and find out. I'm Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and in this video we're going to talk all about the latest iPhone operating system, iOS 18. I'm going to teach you some of the best features and tools and the things I'm most excited about. But don't leave before hearing my MacWhisperer Power Tip, where I show you what's coming next for iOS as Apple begins to roll out AI, not artificial intelligence, but Apple intelligence. Let's hop on over to the phone and get started. The name of the game with iOS 18 is customizations. There's so many great tools to completely customize your iPhone and make it feel more personal than ever before. We're going to start off on the home screen with some of the most talked about features. The first thing we're going to do is go into edit mode. You can do that by pressing and holding anywhere on the screen of your iPhone until everything starts to wiggle like this. Now in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to notice a new edit button. By clicking it, you're going to find three separate options. There's the option to add widgets, which isn't really new. There's also the option to edit pages, which also isn't new, but at least it's in a better place. But the real star of the show is the Customize option. Let's click it and check it out. When you first click on Customize, down below you're going to see this palette that shows some basic options. First off, in the upper left-hand corner, you've got the option to darken the tint of your home screen. You'll notice right now the little sun has the dark spot on it. If I click on it, it becomes brighter. To the right of that, we've got the option for small or large. You'll notice that the apps on my home screen are the standard size. But if I click the large button, it increases the size and removes the titles, making it even easier to get to your apps. And even though you don't see the names of the apps, the images are big and bright and just pop. Down below that, we've got the option for light or dark mode. We're currently on light mode, which is the standard mode we're used to. But when we click over to dark mode, notice that it gives a tint to all of your apps and all of your widgets, bringing out the dark colors and minimizing the whites and the light colors. To the right of that, we've got the automatic button. This will switch between light mode and dark mode depending on the time of day. All of that's awesome, but the thing I really want to talk about is this tinted option on the far right. By clicking here, you can actually color code all of your apps with any color that you like. Simply using the slider and pulling it over to a different color, it will colorize all of your apps with that exact color. And if you want to take it up a notch, you can click the eyedropper in the upper right-hand corner and find a specific color right on your home screen to really make sure that all of your apps and your home screen look beautiful together. It's a great new option for customizing the way your home screen looks and making it just a little more beautiful. There's other tools that they've also added for the home screen. For example, up until now, all of our apps have needed to be lined up. In other words, whenever you put an app, it had to go next to the other apps. But that's not the case anymore. You can now break free of the grid by going into edit mode, pressing and holding on an app and dragging it and positioning it anywhere on the page. It still clumps some apps together, but you have a lot of customization to move things wherever you want, giving you the ability to clear up your screen so that you can see the picture behind it, or customize your screen so that certain apps are in one section with other apps on the other side. This is a new customization that really allows you to take full control of where the apps are without having to fill up a page or worry about where the apps are going to sit if you wanted them to move. Now they just move, and it keeps everything really simple. The next addition to the home screen is the ability to lock or even hide specific apps. Sometimes there's apps that you've got that you don't want other people to get into. Maybe your kids are using your phone, or maybe there's some sensitive information that you just don't want prying eyes to see. It's easy to protect and lock an app by pressing and holding on it and choosing the option Require Face ID. When you click that, you'll get two separate choices. The ability to require Face ID, which will lock the app but leave it on your home screen, or the ability to hide the app so that nobody even knows you've got it. If you simply click Require Face ID, it will make sure that no one can open that app without your face, just like this. And now that app is completely protected. But sometimes there's an app you don't even want people to know you have. Like, should I really have a McDonald's app? I really want people to know I eat at McDonald's. Let's press and hold on the McDonald's app, click Require Face ID, but this time I'm going to say hide and require Face ID. It'll confirm that this app is going to disappear and you're not going to see any notifications from it at all. Let's click the Hide App button. Poof, it's gone. But where did it go? Well, if we come over into our app library and scroll down to the bottom, there's a brand new section called Hidden, and it's completely invisible. People can't see what's there without using Face ID to unlock it. If I want to see what's there, I can just tap on it, it checks my face, and immediately there's my McDonald's app, back where I can access it completely secretly. You can remove something from the Hidden App section by pressing and holding on it and choosing Don't Require Face ID, allowing you to move it back onto your home screen and do whatever you want with it. These are some great tools that can protect you from prying eyes or from people getting into apps and accidentally changing your settings. But the customizations don't stop there. Next, let's talk about the control panel, which has gotten some major changes in iOS 18. The control panel is one of the most valuable tools on the phone, giving you instant, easy access to some of your most common settings like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, or some applications like the camera or the flashlight. To access it, we still pull down from the upper right corner of our screen like this. And once you're in the control panel, you're greeted by some squares and some options and some choices. Back before iOS 18, to edit the control panel, you had to go into Settings and into the Control Center. But now you can do it from right here. And not only can you add all sorts of new apps, but you can also change the position and the size at will. Press and hold anywhere on the screen to bring up the edit mode. And from here, you can spread out apps, making them larger, changing their shape, their size, and their position, completely customizing the screen for anything you want it to do. Down at the bottom, you'll notice the Add a Control button, which gives you access to all of the available controls you can add to the control panel. But what's great about this is they've really opened it up wide so that you can add almost any setting directly to the control panel for easy access, from home settings to notes to music, shortcuts, and more. The list goes on, giving us tons of available tools that we didn't have on iOS 17. Grab something by simply clicking on it, and it gets added right onto your control panel. Using the little bar in the bottom right-hand corner, you can adjust the size of it, and you can also adjust the position to make sure that everything is exactly where you want it for easy access. For me, I made the flashlight nice and large so that when it's dark and I need a little light, it's that much easier to get into it. But that's not the end of the control panel's changes. If you look to the right side of your screen, you'll notice the little heart. We're on the favorite control panel page, which is the first one that shows up. But if I simply swipe up, we get into the second control panel page, which is reserved for music and music tools, allowing you to see what music is playing and easily access Apple Music or other music apps. Coming in here, you can again add a control, doing something like Shazam, adding it right in and making it even easier for you to recognize the song that's playing. One more swipe will take us out of the music control panel and into our network settings control panel. This gives us a full screen of access to things like airplane mode or AirDrop or Wi-Fi and other really powerful tools. Having this front and center right here makes it that much easier to change your settings without ever having to go into the settings app. And those are some of the best changes in the control panel. But when it comes to customizations, there's one more tool we need to talk about, and it has to do with our lock screen. When you're on your lock screen, you can see these two tools down at the bottom corner. Usually it's your flashlight and your camera, and it's been those two tools since, well, it seems like forever. But it's easy to change them now. When you're on the lock screen, press and hold so that it goes into customization mode. Click the Customize button on the bottom and click on your lock screen. From here, you'll get the options to remove, reorder, or change those very apps. So if I don't need the camera app here, I can click the minus button, click the plus button, and then choose something completely different. Maybe I want quick access to a translation, or maybe right from the lock screen, I want the ability to immediately start a timer. You can customize and change these at will, giving you even an additional level of personalization on your phone. Next up, let's talk about the calendar. A lot of people don't really love the Apple Calendar. They use third-party apps like Fantastical or other tools in order to do what the Apple Calendar was made to do. Part of this is because of the minimal views the calendar previously had and the complicated way things were organized. Well, that's all done with iOS 18. Let's click on the calendar and check it out. The first thing you should notice if you're in the month view is it looks completely different. We've got more details. We've got more room. It's clearer to see what's happening on specific days, and it's easy to just scroll month by month. I can simply click on any day to get additional details. But up at the top of the screen, we've got some new tools under this button here. There are now 4 separate views for the month view. The first one is the compact view, which crunches everything together, giving you as many days on the screen as possible. You'll notice the little colored icons underneath the numbers. Those represent events on those days in the different categories that I have in my calendar. Clicking the View tool again at the top, and we can change it to the stacked mode. The stacked mode gives us more space and more details about what's happening on the specific days. Another click will drop us into the detail screen, which is where we started. And if you click it one more time and go into the list view, you will see the entire month laid out before you, and clicking on any day will give you all the details of that day right below it, making it easy for you to stay in month view and still know everything that's happening. Now let's click it back over to the detail view, and I'm going to click on a day. Notice that when I click on this day, I am in my normal day view. But just like with the month view, there's some new options. I'm going to start us off by clicking today to get us onto the current date. Now, right here, I've got all this information easily laid out. Up at the top, if I click that view icon again, I can choose the single day view, which is my standard, or the multi-day view, which gives you a couple of days in a row, allowing you to scroll through it in order to see each day while still looking at the prior day. Clicking it again will give me the list option, which shows all of my events in order, one right after the other, giving me a great bird's eye view of my entire upcoming calendar. I personally prefer to leave it on the single day view, but there's another change to calendar that is critical, and this is something that has been asked about time and time again. If you use the Reminders app on your phone or your computer, you may wish that those reminders would show up on your calendar. And many people have used these third-party apps to make sure that happens. But you don't need to do that anymore. Now, as you can see right here, any scheduled reminders will show up right on the calendar, allowing you to immediately see the tasks for your day and simply click on them in order to complete them right from the calendar, allowing you to take the Reminders tools and integrate it with the calendar tools so that you always know your tasks, your events, and everything you need to take care of on any particular day. It's a great new change to bring reminders and calendars together, and I'm really excited to see how it improves productivity and helps us get more things done. The next app on the iOS 18 journey is Messages, and Messages got several powerful tools built right into it. If you have anybody in your life that's on an Android phone, you know the frustration of trying to send them photos or videos, the problems of having an Android user inside of an Apple iMessage group are legendary. They've created fights between friends and broken up relationships simply because you couldn't communicate clearly. iMessage is such a fantastic communication tool, but when you bring Androids in, it just throws off the magic. This is because Android phones generally use an older form of text messaging known as SMS, Simple Message Service. But Google has completely upgraded the SMS tools on the Android phones using a brand new technology called RCS. It's been around for a couple of years, and it's allowed Android users to have an almost iMessage-like experience, except when they communicate with iPhone users, because iMessage and RCS didn't talk to each other. But as of iOS 18, Apple is now supporting RCS communications, meaning that you can text right from the Message app freely with your Android friends and have fewer problems, allowing you to have better group communications and making sure that your Android friends can see your thumbs up, tap backs, and other responses just like your iMessage friends do. It's a really big change, and it happens underneath the surface. As soon as you upgrade to iOS 18, RCS kicks in and allows you to have better communication. But that's not the only change that they made to iMessage. There's a number of features that are really powerful that are built right into the app. I'm going to open up a conversation here, and I'm going to show you the first one, which is called Message Effects. Let's type a simple message. Before sending the message, if you look on the right side of our toolbar, you're going to notice this little A. This is the Motion Effects button. Clicking on it will open up all sorts of tools, giving you the ability to properly format the text on a message, making it bold or underlined or italic, or even using some of the built-in motion controls to give actual motion to your messages, making them shake or explode or bloom. And when you send it to the recipient, they'll see it just like you do, giving it that fun motion to bring a little more energy and personalization right into our text conversations. So that's one of the tools, but there's more. Tapbacks are one of the best ways to communicate on iMessage. Simply pressing and holding on any message gives you our familiar tapback toolbar across the top. You'll notice Apple's added some nice color to it now, giving our hearts, our thumbs up, and our thumbs down a little more emphasis. But notice at the far right, we've got this crown. It didn't used to be there. This is because with iOS 18, you can use a tapback with any emoji you've got. By clicking the emoji button here, you'll open up your emoji toolbar, allowing you to pick any emoji you like and use it as a tap back directly onto that message. Now, the next time that you open up the tap back menu, you'll see your new emoji on the far right side. You can change it anytime you want, but if you find an emoji that you like to use regularly, you can just leave it right on the tap back bar, making it easy for you to respond with a little sad devil anytime you like. And you can also add stickers to any message. By pressing and holding again, you'll notice the Add Sticker button in the pop-up menu here. Stickers are a great tool that allows you to take any photo you've got and turn it into a sticker that you can use in messages or in other places like photos on your iPhone. Clicking the Add Sticker button will take you onto your sticker page, showing any stickers you've already created, including ones that have motion. Or you can create a new one either from the Photos app or by pressing the plus button right here. This takes you right into your photo library, allowing you to pick any photograph to make a sticker, like this cute little kitty right here. Immediately, I click Add Sticker on there, and there's my new sticker. And if I tap it when I'm responding to a message, it will add it right into the message just like that. Just one more way Apple's made it easy and fun to communicate with your friends. But the best new iMessage tool is one of the most common requests that I've heard about iMessage for years. The ability to schedule a text to send later, right from the app. So let's start off by typing a message, but maybe it's the middle of the night, or maybe this message isn't ready to be sent yet, or maybe someone's got a birthday tomorrow or next week and you don't want to forget about it. It's easy to schedule a text for later by clicking the plus button on the left side here and locating the Send Later option. Clicking on Send Later will give you a calendar, allowing you to choose a day and time in the future for this message. Now, in this case, I'm going to send it on Monday at 9 a.m. When I click the Send button, you'll notice that this message shows up with a dotted line around it, letting you know it hasn't been sent yet and giving you information about when that message will actually be sent. Once you've engaged the Send Later, you can send additional messages by clicking back into the field, typing, and clicking Send. Each time it's going to add it to the send for the day that you chose. Or you can change the day by clicking right on this toolbar here and doing it for another day and clicking Send. Notice now we've got one being sent tomorrow and one being sent on Friday. It's pre-prepared those messages, but they won't go out until the right time. When you're done scheduling messages, click the little X on the right side here to go back to sending things immediately. And at any given point, you can click the Edit button to either send something now or change the date and time. So maybe you don't want to wait until tomorrow to send this message. You can click Send to Messages and they go immediately. It's awesome and it's powerful. There's one more tool that I want to just briefly touch upon with iMessage, and that's something called messaging by satellite. If you've ever been in an area where your cellular signal is non-existent and you don't have Wi-Fi nearby, maybe you're trekking through the Amazon rainforest or on an unbelievable hike through the Colorado mountains, and you still need to stay in communication, there's a new tool that you can find by coming into your settings section right here, scrolling down to the bottom where it says apps, and going into messages just like this. Down here, you'll notice the option for satellite connection. When you first click it, it'll teach you how to do it. It takes a few minutes to do it, but it's really valuable to know that even when you're out of communication range, if you need to get a message out or receive a message, you've got an option to do that now. Now let's talk about my favorite app on the iPhone, Notes. We're going to start off by clicking right into the app here. One of the nice new functions is the ability to adjust the colors from the iPhone. It's easy to do by selecting any text and then clicking on the formatting bar at the bottom here and clicking right on the color chooser. Clicking on any color will color that text and make sure it stands out. And that's great and all. But the change to Notes that I'm really excited about is the addition of voice messages. You can easily come into any note and add a voice memo. All you have to do is click anywhere on the screen so you've got your cursor, and then click on the paperclip icon here. You'll see some familiar tools like taking or choosing photos or videos, scanning documents, and scanning text. But up at the top, you've got the new record audio feature. As soon as you click on that, it opens the voice memo app inside of Notes, giving you the ability to easily record your thoughts and capture them right into the note, just like this. I'm so excited about all of the new tools that iOS 18 has to offer. They've got some great features and some great functions. When you're done, simply press the quotes at the bottom to pause it, and you can then click the Done button on the right. Or you can click the quotes button on the left to see a transcription of everything that you just recorded. When you click the Done button, it will save that voice memo directly into Notes, allowing you to easily come in and click play anytime you want, or tap on it in order to open it back into voice memos, where you have a great feature hidden under these three dots, allowing you to copy the transcript and paste it directly into Notes. This is like being able to dictate while saving the recording of everything you said and still being able to pull the transcript out. A simple button click, clicking copy, will allow me to come in here and paste all that information right down into the note without losing the recording. Also, by clicking on the recording, you have other options under the three dots, like the ability to save the audio into files or to share it, or to find specific information in the transcript, or even continue the recording to add additional information in. It's a powerful tool and it gives us some amazing capabilities. And they even added this voice recording feature to the phone. Yeah, that's right. If you've ever had a situation where you needed to record a phone call, it's now easy to do. Let me show you how. We're going to go into the phone app here, and I'm going to call my wife. You'll notice in the upper left-hand corner, the record button is right here. And once you click it, it will announce to you and the participant that this call will be recorded so that nobody's surprised. And then it immediately begins capturing everything that it hears from both sides of the conversation. Just like what we did in Notes, this voice memo will be saved as a transcript, allowing us to pull all the words out of this conversation without making it complicated. When you're complete, click the stop button here and it will save that voice memo directly into the Notes section. Let's go take a look. So when I come into Notes here and I click my back arrow to go to the folders, you'll notice that I have a new section up at the top called Call Recordings. Clicking on it will show all of those call recordings and allow me to play the recording of the call, or tap on it, click the three dots, copy the transcript, and paste it anywhere I want, making it super easy to capture the important information on those business calls, or just to remember a conversation and things that you need to do later based on that conversation. It's a powerful new way to pair what Notes and voice memos do together and even allow you to do it directly through the phone app. Next, there's a brand new app in the Apple ecosystem, and it's called Passwords. For a long time, Apple has synchronized our passwords using the keychain on your computer and on your phone, allowing you to keep track of passwords and save passwords easily. but it required you to go into the Settings app to find them, which was always a little convoluted and clunky. Well, that's over now because Apple's released their brand new Passwords app, and you can see it right here. By clicking right onto it, it'll scan your face for security, and then it gives you access to all of your passwords, including Wi-Fi passwords, passkeys you've created, and even authentication messages, which means if you're using an authenticator like Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator to get into specific websites and specific apps, you can add those authentication codes directly into passwords now, and the iPhone will auto-enter them so you don't have to go to that other app to get that 6-digit code. It's a great way to make it even easier to get into the apps that you need without compromising security. It synchronizes with the new Passwords app on macOS 15 Sequoia and on the iPad so that your passwords are always stored wherever you want. You can even sort and organize your passwords in many different ways and share groups of passwords or passwords with your friends and family so that it's easy to make sure that your wife can get into Netflix without calling you and asking you what the password is. It's a great tool that challenges some of the third-party password management apps like 1Password or Bitwarden or my personal favorite RoboForm. For now, I'm going to stick with the third-party apps because I use a lot of different devices that aren't always Apple-based, but I love that Apple's in this game now and giving us a clean interface and a great way to save, track, change, and share our passwords. And I saved the best for last. The app that has the biggest changes is the Photos app. And when I first clicked on it, I was a little concerned that maybe they'd broken this elegant app. But as I've worked with it and used it and understand what they created here, I realized that they've given us customization for the Photo app to help us find everything easier. Let's hop on in and take a look. The first thing you're going to notice is there's a whole lot of these other boxes all over the Photos app. But up at the top is your photo library. And it's easy to explore your library simply by tugging down. That engages the library view, which gives you full access to all of your pictures. You can easily pinch to see more pictures or spread in order to see the pictures larger. Down in the lower left-hand corner, we've got new sorting tools under this button here. This can allow you to sort by recently added or by date captured. It can also allow you to change your filters so that you only see your favorites or your videos or your photos or your screenshots. Underneath that, we've also got the View Options choice, which can allow you to zoom in or out of your library screen, change the aspect ratio so that everything's not square, and show or hide screenshots, shared photos, and the shared library badge. This gives us easy access to many of the controls that used to be locked in the Settings app. It's a pretty great way to do it. In addition to that, you can sort your images by all photos, by months, or by years. This allows you to quickly scroll back in time without having to scroll endlessly to find your way. Whether you're looking in the year view, the month view, or the all view, all your pictures show up and make it really easy to find what you're looking for. And don't overlook the search button up at the top that can allow you to search not just for specific things, but for topics like boats. And immediately, with just a quick search, all of my pictures having to do with boats are right in front of me. The search tools have gotten better and better in Photos, allowing you to ask for a specific place, a period of time, a specific person, or to combine multiple searches together so that you can find pictures of you and your son with boats, or other things just like that. Let's click the Done button here. To get out of the library view, you're going to click the little X in the bottom right corner. That gets us back to our home screen. The home screen has been completely redesigned. Up at the top, we've got suggestions. Below that, memories and recent days and pinned collections and all these separate tools. You're saying to me, but Dylan, those things were already in the Photos app. Yeah, they were sort of there and they were a little hard to find. But remember, the theme of iOS 18 is customizations, and the Photo app's got a ton of them. By scrolling down to the bottom of this page, you'll notice a Customize and Reorder section, which will allow you to move things around into positions that make it easy for you to find what you're looking for. For example, I like the pinned collections a lot, so I'm going to put that up at the top. And then the second thing I do is albums and people and pets. This allows me to put the specific sections I need front and center. I don't really care so much about the trips section, and I don't really like the recent days or memories, so I can easily turn those off so that I don't have to see them. Clicking the X in the upper right-hand corner takes those changes into effect, and if we look now, we'll see the pinned collections, albums, and people and pets right here. But the customization goes even a step further, because within any of these sections, you can customize them as well. The pinned collections section is a place to put albums and other tools that you use all the time, so they're right there front and center. Clicking the modify button right here can allow you to add different ones, remove them, or reorganize them. Coming down a step further into our album section, if I click on the album section, it opens up all of my albums, but better than that, it gives me the ability to easily reorganize them so the albums I need are top and front and center. By pressing and holding, I can simply drag this down into any other position or drag something else up to make room for it, just like that. And when I click the X button, the album section has been reorganized with whatever choices I made. You can even do that on the people and pets section and in the shared albums section, allowing you to customize your photos library like never before and make it easy to get right to the picture, the album, the folder, or the section that you've previously been hunting around for. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to drop my MacWhisperer Power Tip, where we dig into Apple Intelligence and some of the features that are coming in some of the later operating systems this year. But before I do, if you learned something new or got great value from this video, give it a thumbs up so that other people can find it easily. And if you've got a question, a comment, something I left out, something you disagree with me on, drop it down in the comments section. I love to hear from you guys, and I'm always going to respond to whatever you put down in that comments section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, here's your opportunity. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notify bell, and make sure that you're always notified whenever I release new content. And with that being said, let's get into the Power Tip. When Apple announced iOS 18 earlier this year, they also announced some really big changes that are coming down the road. They call it AI, but it's not artificial intelligence, it's Apple intelligence. You see, now that AI is such a big part of our lives, most people are going to all these third-party sites and websites and separate apps in order to use artificial intelligence. The problem with that is that those sites aren't always secure and the websites don't always work super well, and it's not really obvious how you should use them. But Apple is great at making things simpler. So Apple has partnered with OpenAI, who makes ChatGPT, and has created for us Apple Intelligence, bringing some of the most powerful AI tools directly onto the iPhone. Apple Intelligence is still in the process, and it won't be released right away when iOS 18 comes out, but we'll see the features trickle down over the next several months, including a completely redesigned Siri and all sorts of tools that will impact everything we do. Apple Intelligence will only be available for the iPhone 15 Pro and later, which means if you've got an older phone, you can still do iOS 18, but you won't get all the new Apple Intelligence features, which may be enough of a reason to upgrade to one of the newer iPhone models. But I want to show you some of the things that Apple Intelligence can do now so that you know what's coming down the road. We'll start off in the Notes app. The first tool we want to talk about are called writing tools. And we're using the Notes app, but you could do this in Messages or Mail or really anywhere. Simply select any text and click the little arrow to the right of the pop-up bar. You'll notice something called Writing Tools. Clicking into Writing Tools will bring up all sorts of different options, allowing you to proofread what you wrote, to rewrite it, or to change the tone. Up at the top here, we've got a little bit of text about the MacWhisperer Academy. Let's make it more professional by clicking the Professional button down below. It takes a few moments and it completely rewrites it. It then gives us the options to revert to our original text or have it give it another shot by retrying it. If you like what it's done, you can click the Done button. Sometimes it's really important to be able to get the tone right. In this particular piece of text, I've got to tell a friend that his dog passed away. Once again, I'm going to select the text. But this time, on the toolbar above the keyboard, I'm going to press this new little icon. That is the Apple Intelligence icon. And clicking that will also bring up our writing tools. This time I want to make it a little more friendly. Let's click the friendly button. And now it's rewritten this text, making it more friendly and personal and making it an easier way to communicate something as hard as the passage of a pen. It does a pretty good job, and I look forward to them advancing these tools and making them even better. I'm going to show you one more example of the writing tools by taking this chunk of text about Apple Intelligence and again clicking on the Apple Intelligence button on the toolbar here. This time, I want to have it give me the key points of this text. So I click the key points button down here, and it completely rewrites it, showing it in bullet points and giving us very simple information about the same text that I wrote, but a little bit better. You can click the replace button, the copy button, or the share button at any point to either save it or send it out. But that's just the start of Apple Intelligence. Apple Intelligence also enables summarization in many apps, meaning that when you jump into your text app, you'll find that many of the messages you've been sent while you're away were summarized. You'll notice this little symbol here showing you that's not the exact text my son sent, but it summarizes saying there's a request for me to turn up the AC and an enjoyment of the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Reginald down here says he's unwell and may reschedule our Tuesday plans. I can easily click on any of these messages to see the full information. Look at how long that text is. But when it gives me that summarization in a simple glance, I know what's being said without having to read everything, making it even easier. The summarization works inside texts and also inside of email. In email, there's additional functions that are coming that haven't been released yet, but the first function is the ability to bring all of your priority messages up to the top, giving you easy access to things that need to be dealt with immediately, like a security alert on Google or an appointment request. You can turn on or off the priority messaging by clicking on the three dots in the upper right-hand corner and disabling it. If you like it, it'll learn as you work with it what messages are important and you can train it. If you don't like it, just turn it off. But in addition to that, if you're inside of a specific message, you can click the Summarize button in the upper right-hand corner to tell you all of the important points of that email in a paragraph, making it even easier to read that email without hunting through all of the details. It just brings them all right here, front and center. And the summarization tools also exist right inside of Safari. Clicking on Safari on any specific web page, down on the address bar, you may notice this new icon with these little purple sparkles. That's letting you know that there's a summarization of this website available. Clicking on it will bring up the summary and allow you to capture everything you need on that web page without reading the whole page. These summarization tools make it easy to find out what texts, emails, or websites have to say without having to read them top to bottom. And the next Apple Intelligence tools are game changers, and they exist inside of the Photos app. Let's jump right into Photos to talk about it. Right here, we can see a beautiful picture I took of my wife at Burning Man. But as is the case when you take pictures, sometimes there's something in the frame that just wrecks it. This black bar that shows up to the left of my wife is completely distracting and in the way. Back in the day, you'd have to download some third-party app or upload this picture into Photoshop in order to fix it. But Apple Intelligence brings those same cleanup tools directly into the Photos app. By clicking on the Settings button down at the bottom here, you'll see a new choice on the right side called Cleanup. As soon as you click on the Cleanup button, it's going to make it easy for you to replace anything you want. Simply using your finger and brushing across any item will immediately make it disappear, cleaning up that picture and making it that much better without needing Photoshop or additional apps. You can always revert to the prior photo if you don't like the changes that were made, or click the Done button to save them. But there's one more Apple Intelligence tool in Photos, and that is the ability to automatically create brand new memories with just a couple of words. Let's give it a try. Dylan Stewart and Julie Stewart with Family, Elton John music. By typing in who and what you want to see, along with an example of the music you'd like to hear, and clicking the little send button here, it will immediately look through your entire library, finding exactly what you're looking for and immediately creating a slideshow with music that makes it simple to share some of your favorite memories without having to do all the work of creating the slideshow yourself. And here we have it, family fun over the years. Simply clicking into it will play through it, showing some of my favorite pictures to the sound of Rocket Man, making it so fun and easy to create memories and share them with anyone. And those are the best features of iOS 18 and Apple Intelligence. There's a ton of features we didn't talk about here. If there's some you'd like to hear more about, drop it down in the comments section. But there's so many great features and ways to customize your phone and personalize it like never before. I'm really excited to see how iOS 18 and Apple Intelligence continue to grow and get new tools and features over the course of this entire year. This is going to be a big year for Apple, with massive changes to Siri and Apple Intelligence, allowing the iPhone to be more powerful and more productive than ever before. And that's what we've got for today's video. I'm Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and it's my passion and profession to help you get more done with your Apple products than you ever thought possible. And I will see you next time.